Hello everybody, it is good to be with you once again. It is I, Ole Gamer Joe, back here with another Media Moogle review, and today we are taking a look at a game that came out a while back on Steam, May 2nd of 2019, called Guard Duty, but it is now available on the Nintendo Switch, the Xbox One, and the PlayStation 4, which is where we reviewed the game. Also, if you get the PlayStation 4 version, you will receive the PlayStation Vita version alongside it. This game was developed by Sick Chicken Studios and published by Red Aleka Games, and it is a rather charming point-and-click adventure that harkens back to the days of lore for this genre and really reminded me a lot of some of the wit and humor of games all the way back to Discworld. Now, Guard Duty is not nearly as difficult as that mentioned game, but it is really similar in terms of its tone, its style, and its sense of humor. And oddly enough, I was reminded of the just recent review here on Media Moogle, The Procession to Calvary, in terms of that Monty Python style of humor. This game does have a bit of that as well, and it had me rolling on the ground laughing just as much as that game did. But that's enough comparisons, because Guard Duty does more than enough to stand out on its own as well, particularly in its rather unexpected third act. But the majority of your game has you playing as the rather clumsy but likable Tondbert, a loyal guard to the Castle of Wrinklewood. You can kind of see the sense of humor right there. Tondbert is having a pretty bad morning to start this game out and suffers from some hornet stings to his face, needs to find a cure, nobody can understand him, and he's kicked out of his room as a prank by some of the guards and forced to go out in his long johns to find this cure. Somewhere down the line, without spoiling too much, throughout a series of events, this leads you to having to rescue a princess with whom you are in love with. And Tondbert is absolutely determined to do so. He is tired of failing and he doesn't want to be looked down on anymore. He wants to be a hero-type figure, and that's why part of his motivation is to rescue the princess for love, but part of it is also for personal glory. In terms of gameplay, it couldn't be more basic here as far as point-and-click adventures go. You have an inventory system which is unlimited, so you don't have to worry about having to hold a certain amount of items. You can hold as many as you wish and need to at any given time. And just as you would expect from this genre, you go around town from different villager to different villager, discovering clues and ways to get through the game and progress the story, with the majority of the puzzles in Guard Duty being fairly simplistic and easy to figure out compared to other games of this genre, but you will still find familiar tropes such as being stuck in an area and not knowing exactly what to do because a given clue was not necessarily 100% clear. So it is a point-and-click adventure through and through. This will not change your mind on the genre if you are not a fan of it already, and you can kind of know what to expect if you are a fan. But for the most part, the pacing of the game is well presented, and because of some excellent voice acting and writing on the whole, it keeps you engaged the whole time through. I definitely found that Guard Duty was more fun than frustration for the majority of the time. I was actually surprised too at just how much voice acting there is. Every single character that you encounter seems to have a voice, and it's really well done for the majority of the game, hilarious at times, and does a nice job of bringing you into this comical fantasy universe that the developer has created. I definitely belly laughed many times throughout this game, and I could not wait to get to the conclusion, particularly when the game takes a super interesting twist towards the third act, though I must say this seems a little bit underdeveloped on the whole, and I do wish that there was an extra act included in this game to flesh out some of these later characters a little bit more. Regardless of that, I did end up enjoying the conclusion quite a bit, and I also ended up enjoying the graphical style of this game. It looks excellent with some beautiful pixel art, nice overworld drawings. I really felt the passion, love, and care that went into the art style of this game throughout my experience, and I definitely appreciate all of the hard work that went into how good this game looks. Some of these characters are just downright funny and really cool to look at, especially some of the bigger creatures that you'll encounter, and on the whole, it's just a wonderful presentation that I was absolutely drawn to. The soundtrack for this game is also quite excellent and really does set the tone for all of the different settings that you encounter, and like I mentioned, the voice acting throughout is really entertaining and enjoyable. Well, just take a listen.
Nothing. I got stuck in a freaking human fish tank. The thing started filling with this foul liquid. I was lucky to get out alive. I almost drowned.
So in the end, Guard Duty is a really entertaining title that respects the genre that it comes from so greatly. I enjoyed the concept of two different worlds coming together in this game, even if the second half is a little underdeveloped compared to the first, but on the whole, Guard Duty is an absolute must-play for fans of this genre. You won't get stuck too often in this game thanks to its handy to-do list, and it won't frustrate you like this genre of games can sometimes do. Guard Duty is a fun, magical, and entertaining experience throughout that I will not soon forget, and can wholeheartedly recommend you. For more on Guard Duty and all of our other content, head on over to MediaMoogle.net where we have some great podcasts like I Dream of Indie for you to check out. And if you have enjoyed our video coverage today, please do hit the subscribe button below so we can continue to bring a voice to the voiceless in gaming.